Yo, yo, yo. I know, I didn't expect this either. So before I get them little comments coming at me and I can't swear no more, I got a whole email about it. But I'm still going to do it. I'm just not going to do it as much. But yes, man disappeared for time. Yes, I did it again. Am I apologising? No. Because believe it or not, yeah, I used to feel so bad when I done this. Because I used to get annoyed when other YouTubers done it until I started doing it myself. I realised, bro, I have a life outside of YouTube. And I didn't quit YouTube because I wanted to. And yes, I quit YouTube and I didn't even make a post about it. I quit YouTube because I wasn't in the right mental space to do it at all. And I mean at all, innit? Like, I burnt out. And I don't mean I burnt out on YouTube. I burnt out everything. But like, I just got the motivation again. And that mainly goes to my school counsellor, Ben. Shout out to Ben. Gave me bare motivation. Shout out to my mate Ads. Gave me bare motivation. Not even bare motivation, he's just the first person who actually, like, without like taking the mic, told me, oh yeah, you should do that more. So yeah, I started a new school as well, that's why I've been more occupied. But I ain't here to give no excuses in it. I'm just here to say I'm back. I'm not going to be back daily in it because I have exams right now. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to record a lot of videos so I have them. So I'm going to upload at least 3 times a week, and that is something I can try to stick to. I'm not going to promise to, because like, when you make a promise you break a promise, innit? But anyway, I've dragged out this intro for too much, innit? If you, oh yeah, you've already read the title, no point of explaining it. If you want more, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment down below what else you want to see. And anyway, let's get straight into this. And 1 second guys, let me put my phone on do not disturb because it is taking absolute mick. Shut up. Anyway. I'm not going to recap it, go watch it. And anyway guys, let's get straight into this. Let the darkness take control. We now go to a week later, where Team 7 is in the Hokage's office and Naruto is demanding for a higher rank mission. Everyone else thought Naruto just wanted a higher rank mission, but the third Hokage could tell in the look in Naruto's eyes that he meant he wanted his first Ambu mission. So just like in canon, Naruto was given a secret mission to protect the bridge builder, and that's when the bridge builder Tajana walks in. He was very drunk and began to mock Team 7. He went, oh, it's just my luck to have some kids protect me. A pink-haired princess, a little emo brat, and a useless yellow highlighter. Naruto stared at him and said, hey, you better watch who you piss off unless you want some yellow highlighter to hurt ya. As Naruto says this, the bottle in Tazana's hand explodes, making him absolutely shit himself. Team 7 prepares to leave Naruto, but Naruto's asked to stay behind by the third Hokage. And can you refuse the third Hokage? No, you cannot, because the third Hokage is just that guy, innit? I don't like the third Hokage from the stuff he did, but anyway. The third Hokage then says, so Naruto my boy, your first Ambu mission. Although your team is not yet ready for you, you insisted on it. Naruto laughs and says, yeah, I'm just ready to do anything, just tell me what it is. The third Hokage says your mission is to protect the bridge builder, as he is the target of Zabuza, one of the legendary 7 ninja swordsmen of the mist. If you come across him, your job is to capture him dead or alive. If you do so, you will receive a much nicer pay than your teammates, as well as you will get 70% of his bounty, while your teammates get 10% each. Naruto smiles and says, that's easy old man, I'll see you in a few days. Naruto catches up to Team 7 as they leave the Leaf Village. After a day of walking, Naruto is curing his boredom just by doing random stuff until a noise comes from a bush. Sasuke immediately reacts, throwing a kunai. But Naruto catches it and says, relax, it's a friend. That's when a wolf with a star symbol on its head and a horn comes out and runs to Naruto, licking him all over his face and yells, Master! Naruto laughs and says, Ranga, you've got bigger and you've grew a horn. Also, since when could you speak? Raphael answers this and says, since you named the wolf, your soul's bonded, allowing it to evolve and gain new skills and even learn the ability to speak your language. Everyone watching this is a bit confused until Kakashi says, Naruto, is that your summon? Naruto laughs and says, no, this is my friend Ranga. I've known him since I was a child. Say hello, Ranga. Ranga turns and says, hello everyone, as his tail wagged Man saying his wagtail, like what are you doing? Anyway, Kakashi then said, Naruto, are you sure that isn't your summoning? Naruto replies, yet again, he isn't. Why? Kakashi then says because the power that Wolf is emitting is something that even the most powerful summons would have trouble competing with. Naruto looked at Ranga with amazement. Sure, he knew Ranga was special, but not that special. Naruto laughs and says he's that strong because I've raised him to be so. Kakashi, even more impressed than before, says, just what other talents are you hiding? As he says this, Ranga starts growling and Raphael says, warning, 2 hostile enemies near. Naruto looks up on alert, but then Raphael says again, subordinate Ranga would like to use skill Shadow Movement, do you allow it? Naruto of course agrees and Ranga hides into his shadow. Naruto then gets up and tells everyone to put their guard up. As he says this, 2 ninjas jump out of a puddle and attempt to attack Kakashi. Their blades swung towards Kakashi, but Naruto just grabbed the blade unaffected by them and sent a powerful bolt of electricity through them, electrocuting one of the ninjas, instantly killing them. Seeing this terrified the other ninja, who tries to run away, but Sasuke, desperate to prove himself, to show that he is good as Naruto, jumps in front of him, kicking him in the face. By doing this, the confidence in Sasuke skyrocketed, but he was too confident, and too soon he let down his guard, and the ninja swiped his legs up from beneath him, pinned him, and he was about to stab him through the chest. Just before Sasuke is stabbed, the ninja freezes and mutters, What is this? I can't move. That's when Sasuke sees it. These tiny little threads made out of steel wrapped all around the ninja. Naruto laughs and says, that's easy. Sasuke, never let your guard down. You would have died if I didn't stop him. Naruto then pulls his arm back and the steel threads tear the ninja into bits. Ignore that noise, innit? My computer's been a little muppet. Seeing this, Sasuke learned that he had a lot of work to do. And Kakashi learned that Naruto was severely holding back in their fight. Just then, Raphael alerts Naruto of another threat as he turns and sees a sword flying towards him. Kakashi sees it as well and is about to tell everyone to duck, but Naruto raises his arm and uses Predator as his arm transforms into blue slime and he absorbs the sword. Raphael begins to analyze the sword and says, this is a sword of the highest quality, difficult to find anywhere else in the world. As of this moment, the sword is wielded by the legendary ninja swordsman Zabuza. That's when Naruto hears a voice and saying, Oi, what did you do to my sword? I'm not putting on that voice, I can't lie. Naruto looks up and sees a ninja in the tree and says, I take it you're Zabuza. This catches Zabuza off guard and he says, I'm guessing I'm so famous even a little runts like you know my name. But I won't ask you again, what did you do to my sword? Naruto laughs and says, oh, what, this? As Naruto shoots the sword out of his chest towards Zabuza, who catches it and laughs, saying, hey, pretty cool jutsu. Naruto laughs back and says, that wasn't a jutsu, but there's no time to explain. Zabuza, a bit confused, just laughs it off and says, Kakashi the copy ninja of the hidden leaf. No wonder them ninjas were beaten so easily. As he says this, Naruto yells, hey, I killed them, don't give him the credit. Zabuza laughs and says, hey kiddo, you really think I believe your snot-nosed little brat killed 2 Chunin ninjas? As he says this, Naruto appears next to him, about to roundhouse Zabuza, who barely reacts in time, blocking it with his sword but still gets blown away. Zabuza looks up and says, I'm impressed, I guess you wasn't all talk. As he says this, Naruto says, nice sword, I want one. Now Zabuza laughs as he begins to rant about how this sword is a one and only, a legendary sword, and only he has it. As he's saying this, Naruto asks Raphael if they can make a replica. Raphael replies yes, it is possible, but the missing materials will need to be replaced by your chakra. Naruto agrees, and as Zabuza is ranting, slime pours out of Naruto's hand and becomes the same sword as Zabuza. Seeing this, Zabuza is confused, but yet still impressed, and says, hey, instead of fighting me and me having to kill a unique talent like you, why don't you join me? I can help you harness your talents. Naruto, still feeling the weight of the sword, half-heartedly says, thanks, but counter offer. Instead of us fighting and me having to kill you, why don't you surrender and become my subordinate? Zabuza laughs and says, you're funny, it's a shame you're gonna have to die here. As he says this, both Naruto and Zabuza rush towards each other as their swords clash, causing a shockwave. Both Zabuza and Naruto are moving insanely fast, to the point only Kakashi can keep up, who thinks to himself, wondering how Naruto is this strong. Naruto is laughing out loud and yells, hey, why don't we take this up a notch? Zabuza hears this confused as he thought Naruto was going as fast as he could. Naruto uses a tiny bit of Nine-Tails chakra as his eyes turn red, and he begins to speed up and outpace Zabuza. Zabuza, now being pushed back, is trying to fathom how he's losing to a genin, and a snot-nosed brat at that, and has now had enough. He makes one large swing to push Naruto back and begins to do hand signs and yells, "Water Dragon Jutsu!" and the Water Dragon shoots out and hurls towards Naruto. But Naruto doesn't dodge, instead he runs straight towards it as the Water Dragon blasts straight through his chest. Seeing this, Sakura screams until she hears Naruto laughing unfazed, still running full speed, as the Water Dragon passes through him and yells, "So we're using jutsus now, huh?" Naruto uses Black Lightning, and it shoots out from his hand and wraps around his sword. Seeing this, both Zabuza and Kakashi are in awe, as Black Lightning was something unheard of, as Daru, the fourth Raikage's disciple, hadn't become known yet. The Black Lightning powers up Naruto's attacks immensely as he swings his sword down onto Zabuza's sword, and as the two swords clash, Zabuza's one begins to crack, and so he backs up. But Naruto isn't giving him time to think, as he appears in front of him and puts his hand on his face. Zabuza blocks, thinking it's going to be more lightning, but Naruto just uses paralysis breath, and Zabuza begins to get lightheaded and stumbles back, barely standing. Naruto sighs and says, "It's a shame, you should have took my offer," and is about to behead Zabuza until two Senbons come flying out of nowhere and hit Zabuza in the neck. That's when a masked person appears in front of Zabuza and explains he's an ambu from the hidden mist, here to recover Zabuza's body. Raphael listens and tells Naruto that this person is lying. Naruto begins laughing as the Black Lightning on his sword intensifies, and he says, "Hey now, don't lie, who are you really?" Before Naruto can swing his sword, this mysterious person does hand signs at insanely high speeds, and a cold blast of thick fog shoots out, and the person vanishes, but Raphael knew exactly where they was. But before Naruto could chase, Kakashi grabs him and says, "You've already done enough, relax." Naruto, knowing he's right, deactivates his Black Lightning, and the sword becomes slime. Kakashi, seeing this, asks what jutsu that is, and Naruto lets Raphael answer, who says, "Since I was young, I was able to create a bluish slime material, and then soon realised when I infused chakra into it, it has many useful properties. I'm guessing it's like a clan ability. This explanation was good enough to shut Kakashi up, and as such they follow the bridge builder to the village. We now go to Zabuza and the mysterious person we know to be Haku, and Zabuza is laying there and says, "That kid was incredible, so much power at such a young age, he's going places." He begins to cough due to what Haku did, but Haku just hushes him and says, "Relax, together we will beat him." Back to Team 7, who are now training, and due to Kakashi not being injured, it's much easier for them to train. Naruto, of course, doesn't need to train with them, and as such goes off on his own. He summons Ranga from his shadow and they begin to talk. That masked guy used a power I haven't seen before. What was it? Ranga said, "I don't know, master, but I got a cold energy from it." Naruto then says, "Raphael, any ideas?" Raphael then says, "That was the ice release Keke Genkai." Naruto says, "If you knew that the whole time, then why would you only tell us now?" But Raphael doesn't reply. Naruto then says, "Ice, huh? Can I do that?" Raphael replies, "It's possible with experimentation, but to use it at full power you will need to use Predator on the ice user." Naruto then sits and thinks, "Then I guess I should just practice my skills." Naruto sits down and decides to practice his Nine-Tails Fox, as it is clearly his most powerful ability. Naruto enters the cloaked form, and when he attempts to go to Four Tails, Raphael says, "Warning, use of this skill will cause damage to the user's body, but this can be countered by a species' natural regeneration ability and pain nullification." As such, Naruto pushes it all the way until he gets to 8 tails. Raphael then says, to push further past this point is impossible with this level of technique. Naruto asks, "Then how do we evolve the skill?" And Raphael says, "To evolve this skill you need to merge the Nine-Tails chakra and yours so they work in harmony and become one." Naruto exits the Tobi's cloak and begins to medicate. Not medicate, Jesus, he's not a nitty, he's a ninja. He begins to meditate. Due to the master chakra control skill and super intellect, this process is made a lot easier. Naruto sat there for about 5 hours, slowly and perfectly fused the chakras until his body exploded into a golden glow, and Naruto stepped out in KCM 2. That's when Naruto heard a voice in his head that he's never heard before that yelled, "You brat, let me out of here!" Naruto closed his eyes and entered his mind, and stood in front of a small nine-tailed fox, and laughed, saying, "What are you?" The fox yells, "I'm the nine-tailed fox, now return my power." Naruto looks at it and laughs, saying, "Sorry, but even if I could, I wouldn't." Hearing this, the nine-tailed is confused and says, "What do you mean?" Naruto tells him to sense his chakra, and the nine-tailed fox's face goes cold and he mutters, "You've used our chakras." Naruto laughs and says, "Yep." The nine-tailed fox thinks to themselves, that should be impossible. Even if I let him use that chakra, it would still be two separate chakras. Merging that would be impossible to do. The only person who would be able to do that is the Sage of Six Paths. The nine-tailed fox looked up and began to notice how incredibly similar Naruto was to the Sage of Six Paths, and the actually amount of chakra and the unique amount of power coming from this boy. He can feel it. It's just exactly like the Sage of the Six Paths. The Naruto says, "Hey kid, my name's Kurama. I guess it can't be helped, because that was all the way back then, but please just let me out of here." Naruto laughs and says, "Fine, 1 second." Naruto, now back in the real world, runs till he finds a wolf and kills it, and then puts Kurama's soul into it. Naruto watched in amazement as the wolf's fur turned into orange and it grew 9 tails. Kurama opened his eyes and said, "Interesting, smaller than I'm used to." Kurama hides in Naruto's shadow and meets Ranga, and Naruto heads back to the team. Time to skip 1 week, and if you're wondering, right, it was all stuttering because I wrote a script at 3 in the morning and I can't spell. So I'm reading this, trying to work out this gibberish. It's starting with an R, but somehow the word ends with a W. Don't make sense to me. Sorry. Anyway, Team 7 is now ready, and they go meet the bridge builder to supervise the bridge being built. But just as Naruto expected, they were met by Zabuza and Haku waiting for them. Naruto laughs as he creates Zabuza's sword again and rushes at him, but this time Haku creates a wall of ice, thinking it would stop Naruto, and yells, "This time you're fighting us both." But Naruto surrounds his foot in black lightning and blasts through the wall of ice, and him and Zabuza's swords clash. Haku tries to swipe Naruto, but Naruto laughs and yells, "No, this time you're fighting us," as Sasuke rushes in, kicking Haku away. Naruto laughs and says, "No interruptions this time, Zabuza." As they're fighting, it's the same as before. Naruto is just simply too strong for Zabuza. Naruto is just messing around at this point, just sending stupidly powerful jutsus at Zabuza, who's barely avoiding them. That is until he hears Sasuke scream and look over to see that he's trapped in an ice prison. Zabuza laughs and says, "Make the choice. Are you going to kill me and let your teammate die, or let me go and save your teammate?" Naruto laughs and says, "I'm going to save my teammate, obviously, and then let Sensei deal with you." Naruto disappears in a flash as Kakashi rushes in, putting the pressure on Zabuza. We go to Sasuke, who is covered in senbons with a Sharingan unlocked. Just like in canon, has hundreds of senbons hurling towards him, but just before they hit him, Naruto appears and blows them all away. Naruto looks at Sasuke and laughs, saying, "New eyes?" And Sasuke just laughs, saying, "Took you long enough," and passes out. Naruto catches him and covers him in slam and heals all his injuries, then stands up and glares at Haku. Haku throws senbons made out of ice at him, but Naruto uses Predator and absorbs it, gaining the Ice Kicker Genkai, and laughs as he hurls thousands of senbons back instantly, which Haku barely dodges, getting hit by a few. Naruto laughs and says, "Is that it?" Haku jumps into one of the mirrors, but Naruto just jumps in straight after him. Eventually Naruto gets bored of chasing him and shatters all of the mirrors, making Haku go flying out of them. Naruto looks over, just like canon. Zabuza is locked up by the dogs and Kakashi was about to use Chidori. Haku rushes over about to take the blow, but Naruto appears and catches Chidori last second. He looks at both Zabuza and Haku and says, "This is the last time I'm going to offer it. Do you both want to become my subordinates and serve under me?" Zabuza begins to laugh and says, "You really don't give up, kid, do you? I would say yes, but I don't think that you're strong enough to carry my burdens, and my sins along with it. You would be making thousands of enemies for one ally." Just as he says this, Gato appeared with all his men. He laughed and said, "Look at the state of you, Zabuza. Finally, not only can I get rid of you, I can also take full control of this town." Gato, unlike canon this time, had around 1,000 men. Zabuza looked at Naruto and said, "This is my point. If I was you, I'd run now." Naruto laughs and says, those are nothing against me. He raises his hand, and for the first time in a while he used a tail beast bomb, completely obliterating Gato and his men. Zabuza looked on in awe and said, I guess you really are strong enough. Fine, I surrender to you. My life is in your hands. Hearing this, Naruto smiles and says, then I shall name you Zabuza. A golden light shines from Zabuza, and he looks at Haku and says, I will name you Haku. A golden light shines from the both of them. And that is where we're going to leave this episode, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure you share with your friends, family, your dogs, your goldfish, your cat, your dead relatives. I'm joking. Let them rest. R.I.P. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure, like I already told you, hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe. It helps a lot more than you guys actually realise. And yeah, other than that, guys, peace out. Have a good one.